Priyanka Tibrewal of the BJP, Riju Dutta of the TMC stay with us. I'm also joined with Ranajit Mukherjee of the Congress Party and Ashwini Nachappa, former athlete who's obviously represented the country at some of the top sporting events. Athletics events is also joining us. I appreciate all your time. Ranajit Mukherjee, let me begin with you. If you're going to keep highlighting someone's religious background when that has nothing to do with what that story is about, how can you blame others for making religion a divisive point? Because even highlighting an athlete's religion when that has nothing to do with their performance, unless that's your claim, is also in bad taste.
What I find actually rotten.
Yes, go ahead, we can hear you.
What I find really rotten over here is that when we are pointing out the diversity that this country has, and diversity in our diversity religion is one of the factors. You see, we are in a country where just this week, we had a fantastic week. We almost won the world championship in chess, Pragnananda. We've landed Chandrayaan, ISRO has landed Chandrayaan on the moon. We have won the world champion in Neeraj Chopra. The 400-meter relay team has done exceptionally well. We have a 3,000-meter steeplechase relay. If you don't like to discuss the religion, let's take a look at where they all come from. Anas comes from Kerala. Ajmal comes from Kerala. Jacob comes from Delhi. Ramesh comes from Tamil Nadu. Neeraj comes from Haryana. Parul comes from UP.
But you didn't mention that.
The point that, you see, every Congress leader is trying to make is, you see, this Mohabbat versus Nafrat. Nafrat is, since 2014, the amount of hatred that has been injected into the system, into our society, leads to a teacher in UP making all the Hindu classmates slap a Muslim classmate. It leads to in Jammu, a teacher hitting a kid for writing Jai Sri Ram so hard that he goes into hospital. This did not come about in one day. This came about because the amount of hatred that has been injected into the system. And today, when we look at the athletes that have performed for us, which first of all is due to the institutions, the institutional legacies that have been created over the years in all these sports, it's a point out that diversity is what makes India great. And that's what we are pointing out over here.
Diversity in sports has always been our strength. I'm not sure how you are drawing a parallel between pre-2014 and post-2014. If your argument is exactly this, that post-2014 there's greater hatred, then how is this team possible? This team is possible, so same way we've had Tiger Pataudi lead the Indian team and being applauded, not just in India but in the entire world. The same way we've got multi-religious representation in the Indian cricket team or the tennis field or the football field. So what I'm trying to understand is, why are you using athletes to drive your political point? And that's the objection. The objection is not to anything else. You can laud them, you can laud where they come from various states, but you didn't talk about the states of any of the other athletes. My suspicion is, and you can respond to that, you picked up the relay team because two of those athletes, almost three of those athletes come from Kerala. That's why. And Rahul Gandhi is an MP from Kerala.
But it's like I said, we have a situation here where we need to reinforce pointers with regards to diversity and the fact, like you rightly pointed out, that in India, our entire sporting history, we've had people from the entire country, all states, all religions, all aspects, who have made us proud in sports. But, we have this whole situation happening on the ground today where hatred is being interjected into our system, where we have systematically, in society, we have systematic hatred. And it is and when we achieve anywhere on the world stage, it is very important to point out that it's our diversity that has allowed us to achieve before, that has allowed us to achieve today.
As I said, Ranajit ji, you're not understanding the point I'm making. That diversity has always existed. So what's the point you're making? That diversity existed earlier, that diversity exists now. Maybe for heaven's sake, we can leave the athletes out of this politics, right? Because nothing has changed in the world of sports as far as politics is concerned. But let Priyanka Tibrewal come in here, and Riju Dutta can also respond to the jibe that came in from the sports minister in Bengal. Priyanka, Nafrat ki dukaan.
Yes, I will. I'll say on both to Congress as well as TMC. So where my friend from Congress, he just said now this. See, you can very well understand the mindset where they are saying Nafrat ki dukaan and all this, and this is not just one thing which has come from them. We had also heard that Mr. Shashi Tharoor, we've even seen the tweet where he said that IITians are going to Silicon Valley and it is the CITians who are going to the Chandrayaan, to the ISRO, sorry. So now, on the basis, what he was just saying was diversity. No. Now, on the basis of state lines, you are trying to give these credit also, not to the scientists, but to states. Now, this is where my objection is. Whatever is the achievement of the country. You see it through the eyes to them as Indians and not to be from Kerala, not to be from Tamil Nadu. What are you trying to do is, you are not talking about diversity. You are clearly trying to show division and make divisions on the lines of states, on the lines of religion. Now, what the minister from Bengal, Mr. Arup Biswas, what did he say?
Yeah.
That, it's Sachin, there's something. Now, tell me something. In Bengal, there are many people who, many candidates who go for sports, they win. And thereafter, the chief minister comes to know that this person was from Bengal. He has never been applauded by the chief minister. He has not been given any monetary support. But then, after he comes as a winner, she just says, oh, this is a boy from Bengal. But very unlike BJP, what does BJP do? It has always applauded, even when the scientists of ISRO were concerned, when we could not manage, when we lost, it was this Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi ji. And I say, Prime Minister of India, who said that, you have lost it funds.
Okay, let me take that to Riju. Riju, what is the problem, if at all, the Indian Prime Minister is seen applauding, encouraging, either whether it is scientists or an athlete, for example? I speak to a lot of athletes, all of them say, a lot of the ones who represent India in Olympics, that there has been greater recognition and promotion of the sports which weren't able to compete with cricket by the Prime Minister. And when it comes from the Prime Minister, it has a different impact. It reaches the masses. So why would your minister attack him for applauding athletes?
Two things, actually three things. And give me the first of time, please. Number one, it is BJP who involves politics in sports. And I will explain that. Number two, sycophancy. Number three, hypocracy. And why I am saying this? Who is in charge of the BCCI? Jay Shah. What is his credibility to look over the Indian cricket? What? Who? What is his pehchan? Apart from being Amit Shah's son? Now, point number one. Point number two, Football Federation of India. Who's the in charge? Kalyan Choube. Who is Kalyan Choube? BJP's Vidhan Sabha candidate from Manikala. So they involved politics in sports. Point number one. Point number two, sycophancy. When Chandrayaan landed on the moon, they made a soft landing. It is a proud moment for the entire India. And the credit goes to all the scientists of ISRO. Everybody was watching it live. But when we were watching the landing, all of a sudden somebody comes on the screen waving an India flag. Who is he?
He is the Prime Minister of our country, your country and my country. Who is he? The answer is he is the Prime Minister of our country. When the pictures of Rakesh Sharma come on screen, whose picture do you see? Indira Gandhi's. Who was she? She was the then Prime Minister, and we have equal respect for her. So don't ask who is he. The nation knows, the world knows who is he.
We love our country. We are patriots. We are not bootlickers.
What do you want to say? Who is he? What do you want to say? Who is he? He is the Honorable Prime Minister of our country, my country, your country. Understand? You may like or dislike, but the fact remains that he is the honor of our country. He is the Prime Minister of our country.
Okay, let me just come in. I want both of you to be speaking not over each other, but in your designated time. Priyanka.
Fools from his party do not even know who went to the moon and who went to the space.
Priyanka, Riju's point is, one second, Riju, you had your say. Please lower their volume. Riju had his say. Priyanka, I'm going to come to you. Can you just lower both of their audios, please? Riju's point is that when that soft landing moment was taking place, it was not necessary for the Prime Minister to be cut in a two-screen along with those visuals. And I think he's made that point. Let Priyanka respond to that. He's saying whether it's the Prime Minister or anybody else, that was not the stage on which that should have been done. Priyanka, now you please respond. I'll give you 30 seconds.
See, it is not that the Prime Minister wants credit. It is the nation. We want to give him the credit because he is the one who taught people, the scientists of ISRO. He is the one who gave them the courage. कि एक बार हारने से हार नहीं माननी चाहिए, कोशिश करिए और कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. So we are, we are blessed to have a Prime Minister like Narendra Modi ji, Now this is what is paining. This is what they are having a pain. Now you tell me just one more thing. Every time there's a visual of Rakesh Sharma on Moon and what video comes out, it is Indira Gandhi questioning him. कि कैसा लग रहा है वहां से नीचे सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. Have we ever complained that why that video of Indira Gandhi travels every time on the visuals? Why? No. Because she was the Prime Minister representing our country.
Okay, fair enough. Not to forget the naming controversy also. The previous Chandrayaan 1 spot was called Jawahar Point. People can naturally ask why. What business was it to give it the credit to Jawaharlal Nehru and not to some scientist from the country? So I'm not sure if any party can really take any high moral ground on this. Riju, I'll come back to you. Ashwini Nachappa has not spoken. Ashwini, forget the political slugfest over who should get credit for what's scientific advancement or sporting advancement. At least obviously on the field, I know for a fact that nobody else but the athlete can get any credit. But yes, governments do get credit for promoting sports and ensuring the right atmosphere. The bigger issue is bringing religion of the athletes into this. For example, the comments that have come in on the men's 4x400 meter relay team. Unfortunately, it has overshadowed the joy that all of us were feeling for what they achieved, instead of where they come from and what their religions are.
Absolutely, Shivani. I mean, all of us who watched it last night live did not watch it as he is from Kerala or Tamil Nadu or from wherever. We watched it as our Indian team.
Yes.
And I'm absolutely ashamed and appalled by the kind of comments these people are making. And we call them the representatives of people. They are the ones who are injecting such hatred in the entire ecosystem of our nation today. Never has this kind of a debate been even, we've never even heard of such kind of debates in the sporting arena. And today, at a drop of a hat, whether it is every fantastic achievement in the last 8 to 10 years that we've had, every government has done its part. But in sporting scenario, in the history of Indian sport, there has never been an encouragement that we have seen in the last 8 to 10 years. Never has there been an encouragement such as this. And we have seen the result of it. I mean, I am an apolitical person. We have run for our country. It is absolutely shameful that these people are injecting such hatred across the country at a drop of a hat.
So you're saying
the issue has to be related to Prime Minister Modi. He is our Prime Minister. He is the Indian Prime Minister. What is wrong in that?
Have you ever felt
yes. Shivani, somebody just spoke about, who is heading BCCI, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
In the state of Karnataka, from where I come from, the Deputy Chief Minister, the former Deputy Chief Minister, and the current Home Minister has been the Athletic Federation, Karnataka Athletic Federation president, and now the interim president for the last 2 decades.
Right.
We know what happened in the 2010 Commonwealth Games. So let's not there is always politics in sports. And, we started the clean sports movement way back in 2010 before the Commonwealth Games came in. So that this kind of nonsense stops. And today, religion?
Yeah, I think the religion part is most upsetting.
A debate like this. You
because we've never looked at the religion of any athlete for India. This is a favorite pastime of people who don't understand sports, who don't understand athletes.
Should not even encourage such thing and bring it out into the media.